If you're an older, busy gamer or a returning gamer, video games can sometimes feel like a mirror that shows you reflections back at you. You see, I got back to playing Blizzard games lately, and I started the first campaign on Starcraft 2. And here I was meeting my boy Jim Raynor all over again. I remember meeting the younger version of Jim for the first time in 1998 in the first Starcraft game. According to Starcraft Wiki, Jim was 29 back then, a colonial marshal with a buzzcut and a lot of attitude. I really liked him. I was in my early 20s as well, so we both had our whole lives ahead of us. We were both just starting the story. Then, in 2010, Starcraft 2 Wings of Liberty came out. Jim Raynor is 34 in that game. He's grizzled, he's a bit cynical, and he's carrying the weight of his past. I did not pick up the game in 2010 though, because I was carrying my own weight of my real life. Now it's 2026. It's been 16 years since the release of Starcraft 2. And if you do the math right, Jim Raynor should be 50 this year. And you know what? So am I. I'm turning 50 this year. I played Jim's campaign after a long day at a real job, feeling, a similar weight starting to settle on my own shoulders, I am relating just that much more with this Jim Raynor character. And thinking about it, it hit me harder than I expected. I haven't just played these games. It's almost like I've aged alongside these characters, and it makes me ask the question I think we all face at 9 p.m. Am I too old for this now? Or did I actually finally reach the age where Jim Raynor's storyline actually makes sense? You see, as we hit our 40s and 50s, there's this social expectation we're supposed to adhere to. That expectation says we should trade the controller or keyboard and mouse for a fishing rod or some other more adult hobby that we don't actually like. People around us ask, aren't you too old to be worried about StarCraft 2 not continuing or StarCraft 3 not releasing? But here's the truth. The social expectation, that is fundamentally flawed. If you follow that, you are just slowly giving up on the pieces of yourself that kept you curious. You turn away from the things that gave you joy, real joy, and lasting memories. I mean, what even is a more adult hobby anyway? What is it supposed to be? For me, gaming isn't just about escaping reality. It's about protecting the person I've always been since my childhood. Those days when I was playing Bubble Bobble at the arcades and going to a local game shop with my dad to pick up my very first PC game, Wing Commander 2. Yes, we are busy adults. Yes, I'd like to think that I'm a professional solution architect at work. I'm a father as well, but I'm also still that kid who lived in those wonderful gaming moments. We have capacity as human beings, right? Our brains are wondrous things. I can worry about delivering the best outcome to our customers. I can assist with my daughter's school activities. And I can also stay on top of my family's medical situations. And on top of all of those, I can still research build orders for my Terran army. I can do adult stuff. I can be responsible, yeah, but being an adult does not stop someone from being a gamer. It's not either or. It's never been. It's always been, yes, I am this, yes, I am that too, but yes, I am also a gamer. Now, having said that, it hasn't always been easy to keep up with gaming though. It sounds a bit dramatic, but I call it the adult life shadow. Advancing my career, getting married, having a kid, and dealing with family health issues and financial issues have all been my adult life realities that slowly but surely shifted my focus away from gaming. It's not that I had absolutely no time to play whatsoever. It's more that there were always things to worry about, things to occupy me, work to catch up on, and so on and so forth. That any loose time that I had, I'd feel obliged to spend on those real stuff. I guess that took a toll on me because this was how I slowly developed this 9 p.m. playbook idea. Not this YouTube channel, but an internal rebellion against this adult life shadow thing. I noticed that there was a bit of a vacuum in my days. Everything that had to be done, including work, dinner, helping with my daughter's homework, all of those stuff, usually finished at around 9 p.m. Of course, there are always more work stuff that I can do after 9, but really, I don't have to do those things once the clock hits 9. I mean, your mileage may vary, but that was my situation. And I usually go to sleep at about 11 p.m. So, I have about 2 hours each weeknight that I don't absolutely have to do something in. And what do? Well, I found out that I don't really do much. I don't do anything really. If I don't try to get more work done, I end up just browsing YouTube or watching Netflix. Or worse, I sit down, think about some games that I'd like to start playing, and then I go on the net to research stuff about those games, and I realize, wow, I've spent like 1.5 hours doing that. Time to wrap up. But I never actually get to start playing those games. So earlier this year, with that realization, I made a resolution to make those 2 hours count. I will not do work stuff. I will make sure that I do not get interrupted much. And I will spend the 2 hours on things that I like to do in a meaningful way. It's not as easy as you think it is to actually do. It's much easier, much easier to, just muck around and do nothing for 2 hours and just go to sleep. It's funny how doing something you want to do still takes a degree of determination. So to make those 2 hours count, I chose the game that I wanted to play first, which was Elden Ring, by the way. And I just picked a day and I locked myself in my game room. I'd put on Elden Ring, I have coffee ready, and just play, just exist in Elden Ring's world for a while. Some people might call that avoidance, maybe? I call it giving myself a treat because I deserve it. Sometimes you don't need to grow up and face the world with a grin. Sometimes you just need a sanctuary to revitalize or re-energize. A little reward for yourself doing a good job at being an adult is a good thing. Fast forward to now, I am now making some real progress in games that I choose to play during those 9 p.m. sessions. I am also planning to visit the local gaming expo called Armageddon with my wife and my daughter later this year. My daughter is especially excited to see cosplayers dressed up as some of her favorite gaming and movie characters. She really hopes to see Zelda, Link, and Glinda from the movie Wicked. Looking through the expo's promotional website with my daughter, it actually hit me. This wasn't just about me playing games anymore in solitude. This was also becoming that generational connection thing. It's another chapter. It's yet another aspect of gaming joy that us parents can now appreciate. And I look at my daughter now, and I see that same spark of wonder I had in my childhood. She loves playing Breath of the Wild. She doesn't really play to progress the story because the game is a little bit tough, but she does enjoy running around, fighting the odd mobs here and there, and playing the same, easy shrines over and over again just for the giggles. She also enjoys watching gaming channels on YouTube doing weird challenges and modding within the game. Really, I see the imagination boiling up in my daughter, and it's a very exciting, wonderful thing. As a father, I realize my job isn't to make her grow out of it. It is rather to protect that joy as long as I can. Because you and I, we adults, know that life gets harder, harsher. You lose friends. You lose people you thought would be there forever. None of this lasts. So keeping that flame of joy and curiosity alive and kicking in my daughter is something that I would really appreciate, and it's something that I look forward to doing. And gaming could just be that vehicle that allows me to do that. So let us ask this. What really happens when gamers grow up? Some grow out of the hobby, sure, but for us who chose to stay, I don't think we stop. We don't quit, we just evolve. We carry these worlds with us from childhood, through the struggles of our 20s into the quiet of our 9 p.m. window. We don't outgrow games, we grow with them. We make the necessary sacrifices to secure our gaming resources, like time, because we understand that this is something worth continuing, worth preserving. Jim Raynor might be 50 this year, and yes, he looks tired, but he's still kicking in my game of Starcraft 2. And you and I, we are not too old for this, we are right on time. So, if this video resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more adult gaming reflections. I got plenty more I want to talk about. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.